I am an infrastructure person. I know about infrastructure like nobody that's ever run for office in the history of the presidency. I mean, if there is a strength that's with me, maybe my greatest strength is the economy, jobs, and building. I know how to build. I know how to build quickly and on budget and all of that. And, I look at the way they give out their contracts for these jobs. It's just, I mean, I know people, they get a road contract and they end up going out buying a mansion because they're going to make a fortune on it. It's ridiculous. So, there's so much waste, fraud, and abuse in our system, and I will be able to stop it. Nobody else even knows really what I'm talking about, but I will be able to stop it, and I think it's going to be one of my strengths. And I think the military is going to be my strength. And, speaking of the military, when they bid out, and it's so much politics in that, they bid out to companies that are politically connected, and they get equipment that they don't even want. They want to get other equipment, but that company, it might make better equipment, but the company isn't politically as astute, and therefore they get the equipment that they don't even want. The whole thing is, it's got to be redone, and it can be such a beautiful picture, but we are really behind the eight ball. But we do have to rebuild our infrastructure, and one of the things we should be doing and thinking about doing is buying back debt, really buying back debt, doing a great job with it. But we have to fund in some way the infrastructure.
This is an example, I think, Mr. Trump, and Andrew pointed out, this is not something that's front and center on a lot of far-right conservatives in terms of interest. And you haven't run this entire campaign based on currying favor with the establishment, with the base of the Republican Party. Is this going to be, you're not going to tack to the right to try to garner more I don't know, more support from that part of the part? It sounds you're just
I don't tack right. I don't tack right or left. I tack what's right, and that's how I've won. I mean, I've been quite far right on certain things. I hear I'm a liberal on trade. Okay,
right.
Okay, that's what I'm hearing, and I don't know why, because all I want to do is have really strong trade deals. All right, and frankly, if people are going to be taking advantage of us like China does and like almost every country does, I mean, every country, we have a $500 billion a year trade deficit with China. How stupid is that? We have, a massive trade deficit with Japan. We have $58 billion deficit with Mexico. I mean, it's ridiculous. And they tell me I'm somewhat liberal on trade. All I want to do is make deals that are fair deals. This has nothing to do with conservative. I would say I'm very conservative on trade. Now, I'm a free market person, but our leaders don't have the capability to negotiate good deals. They negotiate terrible deals. Now, I want to make great deals. We can't be totally free market if we don't have the proper deals. And we have to renegotiate our trade deals. Our trade deals are killing this country. They're killing this country.
The other thing I think of watching both the contests on the Democratic side and the Republican side, I wonder whether both you and Secretary Clinton are like inoculated to some of the hardest criticism. I mean, in the general election, you're not going to all of a sudden say something about whether Muslims can come in the country or about women. It's already been done, and it's like you've already been vetted almost. Do you think, and sort of to the same extent with what Bernie Sanders has done to Secretary Clinton, although not with the email issue, which people question, why not? Why did you take that off the table?
He made a big mistake on the email issue. It's a big issue. Because
that could have made the difference. He's still winning. He's winning without talking about that. Yeah. But so do you think you learned more to attack her with from that primary campaign, or do you think you had 17 guys going after you? I bet you they have some sound bites ready to run. Well,
sure they do, and. Hey, I've had now, it came out the other day, 66,000, would you believe this? 66,000 negative ads on me during the course of the...
Millions of dollars.
Over $100 million. Jeb Bush and so many, they spent tens of millions of dollars on negative ads on me, and I beat them in landslides. It's almost saying, I hate to say this for your advertising agencies that are listening, but it's almost, and frankly for your different forms of media, it's almost saying like, do ads have any impact? Now, maybe because people know me so well, they just sort of poo-pooed it. They said, forget it. We don't want to really, we don't believe it. But even in Indiana. I went to Indiana, and I was there for a number of nights, and all that was on television, the only ads you would see are negative ads to Trump, and I won Indiana in a landslide and won every single delegate. I mean, every delegate. I won every district. I won the overall by a tremendous margin and won every district. It's like unprecedented. And they spent millions of dollars of ads. I spent $900,000 on ads. They spent $10 million on ads and other things. Right. And I ended up winning. So, you know, Joe, whatever it is, I mean, I want to do the right thing. And I know the right thing in some cases isn't so popular. We have to make better trade deals. And, you know, I like free market. And if we can do free market, that's fine. But we have to make better trade deals because we can't continue to lose. And I don't call it a direct loss, but it's a loss in a certain way. We can't continue to have trade deficits with China of $500 billion a year. And we've had them for a long time. I mean, $200 billion, $300 billion, and it just keeps going up. And we've rebuilt China. Just don't ever forget it. We have rebuilt. When you see trains that go 250 miles an hour, I mean, you look at China where they came from 20 years ago and take a look at them now. Somebody funded that. You know who it was? Us. Now, to a lesser extent, it was, you know, Europe and other. But what the money they've taken out of this country is unbelievable. And I don't blame China. I think it's great. I do business with China. I have the largest bank in the world as a tenant of mine in a Manhattan building. I mean, I have very good relationships with China. They know I'm right. So I'm not blaming China. I wish our people would think the same way. I blame our leadership. It's incompetent. We have incompetent leadership. So I have I have great respect for China, for Mexico, for Japan, for Vietnam, which is hot as a pistol right now in terms of what they're taking from our country. But I blame our leadership. I don't blame those countries. We should be doing the same thing.
Hey, CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me or the I right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.